want to move into the DevOps world, what are the roles available and what is it that you can plan for, right? We'll look into that quickly. And we'll also look into the responsibilities of each of the role, right? So the starting point, the basic role that comes is a DevOps engineer role. It is a role where you will be hands-on with creating the CI/CD pipelines using various tools that we saw previously, and become an expert in those tools, how to implement depending on the requirement, depending on the tech stack, and for each tech stack you may become expert in individual tech stack. You might be in .NET, expert in creating CI/CD for .NET based applications, for Java based, or maybe both. So you will focus on becoming an expert hands-on on implementation side, and then that's more focused on your application deployment and monitoring side. That's what a DevOps engineer would focus on. Next, you have somebody who is from infrastructure side, and he will focus on how to create the infrastructure automatically, the scripting side of it, which framework tools around infrastructure. The infrastructure engineer would take care of creating and managing scripts for infrastructure, while a DevOps engineer takes care of creating scripts and tools for CI/CD for your applications, right? So then you have release manager who plans releases for the product and the process of the release, which helps the product to be consistently delivered and released. So release manager generally plans with the development team to, okay, there's a release next week or there's a release after 2 weeks. So what is it that required to get this release to the production, right? So the DevOps manager is somebody who uh, identifies the process, who tells, okay, I need a build process. In the build process, I need ABC, I need XYZ steps. So the DevOps manager ensures for a particular application or for a particular product, the DevOps processes are followed. They're implemented as per the DevOps practices, and then they ensure the team and the organization follows those processes across applications. So manager may not work on only one project. He will take care of, he will ensure the multiple projects and applications are following the same set of standards and processes, and then set up that practice of DevOps. An architect is somebody who generally one of the either DevOps engineer or IS will move on to the architect role, where you'll be an expert in setting up the whole DevOps setup, the infrastructure for the DevOps, and planning the overall architecture of the DevOps based on the tech stack, the application type. Example, the architecture is entirely different for a web application as compared to a desktop application or a mobile application. Each of them have their own processes, their own tools, their own way of integration. So DevOps architect will ensure to identify the right tools, identify the right way of communication with each of them, and build the processes using the tools, and maximum reusability or maximum minimum issues and errors. So these are kind of roles. Again, you may start off with DevOps engineer. You can always plan to get into the higher DevOps architect roles, or if you want to be in the process side, you may plan to get into DevOps manager role. Right. So release manager is typically, somebody who's at application level. He may not be well versed in the DevOps processes, but he plans how to utilize the DevOps process for the application releases, depending on the application priority and the need of the application.